This Let's Play was made possible by these generous patrons. And we are back.
For Moonlit Nights, here we go, trying to figure out how to solve this curse.
Guys, we have to use that big old magical hand to,
Yes, we do.
To move the chariot dude's blockage.
I think that is the one. That's one of the things we have to do.
But we can keep exploring too.
Yeah, that's where the boss is. I'm gonna try and go first this underground path, see if it connects to the next place.
Sam did just the slightest amount of grinding while we were warming up.
Yeah, we were kind of
talking
and going through.
You were just kind of killing things with your familiar in that area.
Not another portrait. Oh no, casually. Oh no, he's dead. Never mind.
Can you? God, it's been a little while since we played this game.
Can I what?
I was gonna ask, can you open up the red doors? But obviously you can't.
Yeah, they seem to indicate when you go to a new zone.
I couldn't remember why they glow or they don't glow. Oh my God, you got so much stuff: obsidian, iron, elm, bone toss.
Nice.
Thank you, commenters who've been
keeping up with the
series and commenting back and letting us know.
We appreciate you.
Letting us know what we need to look out for and what we need to grab and stuff like that. What's worth upgrading and what's not. Our favorite guy.
Oh, those hitboxes. Oh, hey, Catman.
We found out this might be a Patreon backers. Cat. I guess cats became like a meme to add in instead of you.
I wish I wasn't allergic.
So some of the enemies are Patreon backer specific. I think there might be a dog even.
Nice.
Is what people seem to be indicating, but I don't want to say 100%.
And then I can use... There we go.
I don't know what you do now. Just drop it, maybe? Oh,
yeah, just drop it.
Yeah.
Protect me.
You could probably use them to, if there's multiples in a room, build up to a point so you have access to stuff.
I wonder if...
Can you... Whoa.
Oh, I'm stuck.
I was going to say, can you jump with it? It didn't look like it.
Oh, not there. Oh, could I go through here before?
The sword has a funny voice, too.
Yeah, sword's good. No, that's right.
That's not the false wall. Yeah.
No, that's not. That was
I remember we had gone.
That
through
was
here
a secret I got. Let's see.
You were asked.
I was asked a question.
You were asked a question.
Yes,
and
I was.
It's not about this game, but we wanted to.
No, it's not.
Quickly touch on it before we start playing. Pokemon Sword.
So Pokemon. So there's been a bunch new Pokemon information, and apparently they've cut around like there's 800 total.
Yeah.
But they're only gonna have 400, and honestly, I'm kind of fine with it. It doesn't really bother me. So
we're more casual, so I get why some people could be mad.
I guess I'm more casual, but I played a lot of Pokemon games.
I'm more casual then. I guess it'd be better for saying.
I've played through red, blue, yellow, diamond, silver, black and white, ruby and sapphire.
I'd say that's not casual then.
I'm not casual.
I
played through Pokemon
like
X
2 or
and
3
Y. I played through... what else? I played a lot of them. I also played the remakes of Red and Blue for the Game Boy.
Yeah.
So I played a ton of Pokemon, so I know a lot of them. I don't know a lot. I didn't play Moon and Sun. I didn't get a chance to play that.
Are those the most recent ones, or?
But yeah, I'm a huge Pokemon nerd. I loved Pokemon growing up. I collected the cards. I drew them all the time. I draw them for kids now. Greninja's my boy. I really, really like Pokemon, but I'm also an artist, and I understand how much work it is. And when people simply say, throw more people on the team and that'll make it work. Teams don't work like that. They don't work like that in art production. You can't just randomly hire an artist. Like, just because they're good at concept art doesn't mean they're going to fit in the team. Doesn't mean the pipeline's going to fit with them.
I get that.
Pipelines are so hard to manage, and just because you have enough people doesn't mean directors can physically manage that amount of people. See, what they did for X and Y, from what I know, is they tried to pre-proof that. So they hired a ton of people for X and Y, and they did a lot of the 3D models. But here's the secret, boys and girls. 3D models don't always translate to new hardware and new programs.
New UI and stuff.
And it's a programming thing. Like, no matter what you do, sometimes certain things are just not gonna work. And
quick question to interrupt. Can you jump with holding those?
I do think so, yes.
That might be the way that you get up to the top. You grab it on the platform, set it down, and use it as a height
That's a good
raiser.
thing, too.
Sorry. You were saying about Pokemans?
So even though a lot of it looks the same, some of it may translate, but then there's a lot of work. You can't just say, oh, well, you can just take that out of my end and put it into the next program. It's like, well, yeah, you can, but then there's going to be errors. And then your programming team has to figure that out. And then on top of that, your different animators have to go bug check all that stuff and make sure that works.
But Sam, there was a passion project with a small team, and they did like
in that game,
2 of the Pokemon.
And that game looks really cool. Now, you can have a problem with Pokemon not really changing the formula and not really expanding upon the idea of Pokemon. That's a fair qualm to have, because I have that same qualm.
Yeah.
But Pokemon is always new for a new person, and that's kind of
Best.
the approach that they take with those games. Is there's always some new kid that's playing Pokemon, and I've taught in a lot of elementary schools. Pokemon's still huge.
Of course,
kids
it's
still
awesome.
collect the cards.
I remember when my mom was like, "This is just a phase," and I'm like, "No, Mom, it's a life."
Yeah, it wasn't like Beanie Babies. Pokemon is actually still here, and it's still killing it.
Yeah.
So it is disappointing, and it's fair to be like, man, I'm bummed out. They're not going to have my favorite Pokemon.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you're allowed to feel bummed out. That's totally justified. But to just say, well, they didn't hire enough people, or they have all the money in the world,
They
all
didn't
the money,
try enough.
they didn't try enough. There's too many people that work on that series that are too passionate to just, throw that off the cuff and be like, they just don't care. It's like,
pretty unfair to say
It's
that
unfair to say
most
that.
game developers don't try hard enough. It can't be easy.
game development is
And
so...
I say that being a person who's very critical of games and has never
Yeah.
designed a game myself. So, I mean, there's different sides of the coins.
Game development is extremely difficult. It's up there with animation. Game development is probably the hardest art form to maintain and create.
It's a lot of different types of media
Yeah.
and skill sets that
All
often can't be
jammed.
jammed into one person. That's
No.
another reason why you'll hear me hate on Undertale, but not on Toby Fox.
Yeah.
Not on Toby Fox. That guy is a genius.
Oh yeah, he is phenomenal. Can I not play the piano?
Maybe it's something you think it's a reference to something, or do you like Symphony of the Night or something, or do you think it's maybe something we get later?
Might be something.
Because it
we
looked
get
like there was a
later.
moon in the background, and then
Probably
that place seems like it has no reason to be there.
Yeah, something to do later. So
Yeah.
it honestly doesn't bother me. And some of my Pokemon will probably be gone, but I also have faith because of Smash Brothers and the way Nintendo has been handling the Switch and all their current games, that eventually the Pokedex will get filled out.
I do
now,
have a lot of faith in Nintendo since the Switch came out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, they're killing it right now.
Right. The idea behind it is
No, obviously it's not just Nintendo. It's Game Freak, right?
it's Game Freak.
Yeah.
Game Freak. Nintendo owns a
read the book.
portion
There you go.
of Game Freak, I believe. Or they have like a licensing deal, so they're the sole licensors forever of Pokemon or something like that. But they don't own Game Freak, so the Pokemon franchise, the anime, all that stuff has to go through them. Go through the Pokemon Company now, which I think is like a subsidiary of Game Freak because they had to split it off because it was becoming so massive.
Very nice.
I just have faith that the Pokemon
The
Company
pig has grown. I have faith that they'll do it correctly,
And
and if
I
they
don't-
don't, and we're wrong, then we're wrong.
Then we are wrong. But I can also see them adding new Pokemon and not charging. But I think it's a budgetary cost.
If it becomes a microtransaction thing, yes, fuck that.
Yeah,
all day long.
that's BS. But
at the
same time,
I feel pretty strongly that it won't.
I don't think it will for Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's too much of a kids franchise.
Well, they could have done that in the mobile game, and they really didn't. Yes, there are
Yeah.
microtransactions to where you can just make it easier and not have to
Right.
farm balls.
Nintendo really
or-
hasn't
or
done that with their
berries and things
console
like that.
games.
I don't think they will. And if they do, then yes, absolutely.
And all the deals-
Oh God, no! This fucking thing.
Yeah, this thing
Be
is
very careful around this thing. Jump up, jump up!
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you want
caught
to
me.
not stay on its same plane once it starts doing the shakies.
I'm a little bit
Didn't do
stronger
as much
now.
damage on that one.
No.
Which is good. Kitty
Kitty, goodbye.
or dog? Ooh.
But it's also just one of the things like 400 Pokemon's
other side, other
400
side. There you go.
Pokemon's a lot. It's a
I-
lot for you to deal with.
It's
and
a lot more than I've ever had, and I understand that my opinion is a lot less valid than anyone who's been with the series in a long time.
Right.
But I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's disappointing, like you said.
I understand how it's a bummer too that the Pokemon you've been raising potentially from Red and Blue can't be transferred to this new one. And some people have said,
See,
well,
here's the thing for me. And I'm wrong because I didn't know there was a thing, but I always just assumed you didn't carry them over.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's the problem, guys?
it's a very
Like,
meticulous method that not a ton of people do,
Mm-hmm.
but a few people, large portion of the fan base does. You've been able to just transfer them from game to game to game to game until the very end. But it was pixel art before, and pixel art's a lot easier and it takes a lot less manpower to create. That takes
Especially
like maybe
when it doesn't move. It's just a static image.
when it's a static image and it's not a 3D model and you don't have to worry about it glitching up or worry about troubleshooting, because since it's a static image with maybe 2 or 3 animations, you can assign one artist to do that, and the fact checking for it is, oh, does that look right? Yeah, that looks right. Okay, cool. Set it off. Whereas if it's a 3D model, you're like, all right, do the animations work? How do we translate that?
Yeah.
And I just have faith that Nintendo is eventually going to add more Pokemon based on how well it does. If it does well, then there will be new free DLC updates with new Pokemon, and then by the time the next gen Pokemon comes out, after that one, it's going to have all 800 plus more.
I think that would be a good idea for them to...
But they can't say that.
Well, yeah.
Because that's
it's also hard because of translation issues and things like that. But I think that'd be a good idea because, one, I'm sure they want this game to last a long time.
Right.
They're probably not going to release another one in a year. They're probably not going to release another one in 2 years.
No, it'll be a while. And who knows?
So they can keep hype on it every year by, on a yearly basis, release 50 to 100 more Pokemon, you know? It's like, oh, now these ones are in here. Now you can replay and re-enjoy the game type of thing. Is that the best monetarily for them? Very much not. But this is Pokemon, guys. You don't have faith in Pokemon? If I'm proven wrong, then yeah, I'm proven wrong. And man, that sucks that we used to be able to, but now we kind of don't.
I can't get up
have
to
the
that,
ability to. But there's no. There you go.
There we go. That's what I was hoping I could do.
Yeah. Commenter who mentioned that. Thank you.
Yeah.
You can kind of cheat it with the Kung Fu shoes.
That's what I was thinking.
You could, what do they call it? Sequence break or?
I would say, yeah, it's sequence break.
Yeah. Some of the areas with the Kung Fu shoes to get areas that they didn't really expect you to be able to get to, but probably knew.
Ooh.
That one
down,
looks
circle,
fun.
back, forward. But I don't know.
Forward with X, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a fighting game move.
I think we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it.
I'm waiting to
what is that?
I don't know.
We have. Oh, it's chained to the ground.
Hey,
so
it's Shovel Knight.
It can't get you.
Bye, Shovel Knight. Kill you later. Ow.
Well, I have faith in it, and we're gonna play it, and we'll give our live opinions on it when that time comes.
It may change too, based on that too. I may play and be like, this is kind of lame.
I haven't played since Gen 1, so if it turns out that it even lost me, then it's like, oh. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go gaga over it and be like, oh my god, like Pokemon again, all nostalgia. What is this? I don't even know these new types. Things like that. I say new types meaning like anything past Gen 1.
Right.
Whoa!
And I understand people being wary because, companies like EA and other studios have made it to the point where you're like,
you have every right to be wary.
The way Blizzard has been acting, the way other studios have been acting, you're like, how are we supposed to trust Nintendo? So far, Nintendo hasn't misaligned my trust, and Smash has done well.
I think they're pretty good about it.
Like the Gold Pass for Smash Brothers, all the characters, even if they're not my mains in Smash, I don't play Smash, it feels like it was worth paying for that DLC because the amount of content I get from that, a character, a stage, extra music, all this stuff for my buck, it's like, cool, I feel this was justified. Thank you, Sakurai. And I know Pokemon has removed a lot of different things over the years, like different functionality and different mini games and whatnot.
Is that not part of the game?
But that's
though?
just
like the
that's
game
part
making
of
process.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't really transfer. I saw a meme the other day with that.
Schmaudio, you're right. It looks like.
Ooh, you're right.
Nice.
And that stuff is just it's hard to translate. And I know part of this is hard for people to understand completely. I think most of you guys are all you guys and gals are intelligent enough to get it, but when you've worked in the animation industry, when you have family that's worked in film and television and all that stuff, it gives you a broader scope of how difficult. My brother's a programmer.
What a massive project.
What a massive project is. So I have an insight. I know from the art side and I know from his side because he's worked on major feature films. And he's done a lot of shit. So when I talk to him about programming, I understand how difficult it is because I can understand both sides. And I know that's not it's not expected for a lot of people.
I think a lot of people are coming at it with the disappointment and negativity and anger too, where they're not open to. I
completely understand that.
They're not open to accepting it yet, or if at all,
Right.
But it does seem a little.
It's a little unfair to the developers when they say they don't care. It's okay to be upset, but to attack developers over this, you have the right to say, "No, I'm not going to buy this game." And it's like that's fair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Vote
It's
with
your dollar.
money.
Yeah, vote with your money. If you don't think this is fair and they should have waited longer to release it, go for it.
Do it.
Totally do it.
I do that with a ton of games.
Yeah.
We have these discussions all the time on the Discord. I'll do it, and I'm like, you actually don't like what the developer's doing, so we're not going to play that game. It looks fun. It looks enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'd love to if they change their opinion, but nope. We are not going to cover that.
We're not going to support that.
Some may seem as petty reasons, but I think it's kind of a moral standpoint of just, you know what, I don't want to vote with my money on for something that I disagree with like this.
Yeah, there's certain values that we are going to always maintain and hold.
And if you think about that for Pokemon too, then I can't argue with it. It's your money. Do
yeah, exactly. Do what you want.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, I'm not really upset because I just see it from the artist standpoint going, yeah, they probably wanted to get all of it. They had a team. They thought, I think the biggest thing is they thought with X and Y, with all the model work they did and the extra people that they hired, that it was going to be cool. We're going to be able to transfer this. And then they found out halfway through development, oh shit, we actually can't because X and Y problem.
Yeah.
We can't do this.
Or it doesn't translate well enough, or we didn't have the time sync.
It doesn't look
And then when they
good.
dropped it, people weren't super crazy about, like, only like the most hardcore were like, oh, you dropped it. Everybody else was like, oh, no, this is fine. It's like, oh, cool. So we can keep a fast timeline for creating the game then if we just drop this one thing and
the
don't
budget
have to try and implement
probably
it.
wasn't implemented in time to be like, well, we can't just hire new people because you can't. Once you start a project, it's really hard to throw new artists into a pipeline and expect them to fit with the style, fit with the like work management, workflow of everyone else on the team, and make it so it's not more of a problem. Just like how we haven't. Some people have offered to do help us out with
stuff for
like
us,
for rendering and stuff. But to teach them how we work and operate and then get stuff sent over, it is actually
more time.
It takes more time to do that than to actually just do it ourselves. And I just have faith in Nintendo's going to eventually add more Pokemon.
I do
and
too.
you're going to get your favorite Pokemon.
You're going to want to heal sometime soon.
Yeah, I can see a month after
You got a
Pokemon.
shovel from Shovel Armor.
That's awesome. I can see a month after them dropping like, hey, we added 20 new Pokemon to Pokemon in this free update. There you go. And then
if they have like a season pass where it's not paid and it's regular updates, hell yeah. I think everyone would be most everyone.
If the season pass includes Pokemon,
would be very happy.
They're gonna lose people. If the season pass includes just random other stuff like other bonuses, like cosmetics and maybe other additional things, I can see that. But yeah, if they go the route of these Pokemon are locked behind the season pass,
paywall.
That feels
gonna
shitty.
Suck, yeah. And I agree.
Regardless of when
you got the armor.
Yeah, regardless of when they add it or not.
Wait. Shovel Knight dies if he touches water. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of, I don't know.
I don't think it's Shovel Knight, actually. I take that back. I sound stupid. I know if he falls in a pit, he instantly dies. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't think it's water. God, it's been forever since I played Shovel Knight. He only took 1 damage.
It's really powerful.
Although I think you were only taking 3 damage previously from those stupid
I think
bats.
so. Those guys the bats are really weak now. I love that your animation changes too. That's great. That's it. I love how much Shovel Knight has kind of just pervasively taken over indie culture in so many ways. And
it was a big indie darling.
It's really good. I'm saying that with all respect.
Yeah.
I sincerely love it. I saw a $150 Shovel Knight statue. I was like, I've never even played Shovel Knight. I kind of want to buy that.
You should play Shovel Knight.
I kind of want to play the new one that's coming out.
On your definitely, you should. I would like to cover it. Plague Knight left a bad taste in my mouth with Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
But I know that's a lot of people's not favorite one.
The new one by Bomb Chicken Studios. I think that one's gonna be cool.
Oh, what is Shovel Knight Dagger, whatever it's called?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The pixel art in that looks really, really good. So I would definitely like to be on that one. I know Mike played the last
Critical
one.
Ring.
It's like, ooh, this looks really cool.
We can swap it off. Yeah. I don't think Mike has an ownership over it. He really didn't like Plague Knight either. So. Or maybe if we ever get a time, we can get you two on it. I don't know.
That would be fun too. But yeah,
we'll talk about the Pokemon thing more on Pokemon, but we wanted to touch on the conversation a little bit because it was asked, and it's a lot to type out and be succinct about, you know?
And also be able to voice my opinion and be like, all right, you know, it's not that I don't want to have a back and forth. I'd be fine with having a back and forth.
Yeah.
I can't hit down.
You can't hit down?
That's part of this armor's problem, I guess.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah.
They don't hit very hard.
And I know that's not everyone's concern. It's not all of their concerns. Some of the concerns are like, what does Charizard keep getting all the love? It's like, I get that.
That's fair too.
That's like Overwatch and Tracer or Genji. It's like,
or the fact
it gets
that,
a little bit much when only one gets so much love.
Or the fact that Chun-Li has, I think, 30 costumes in Street Fighter V, but I think Ryu has 4 or something like that.
I get that. Man. I get that frustration. Yes, you are totally valid in that. And not that your other stuff isn't valid, but I think it's...
the most popular characters always get the most love, and it's it's lame.
Well, when it's so heavy-handed, it's like, how the hell are you... You know, it's like it's that difference of like 30 versus 4. It's like, what the hell?
Well, one of the frustrations with Overwatch was the fact that we loved playing Junkrat, but he never got the love.
Yeah.
And it was always love for Tracer and Genji. Always.
But I get a lot of people are posting memes about the other Pokemon starters and stuff like that being mad because Charizard got in, but Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard got in, but Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, all of them, they didn't get it at all.
Did Squirtle and Bulbasaur not get in at all?
Got kicked.
Wow,
that's
a bummer.
What the leak says. That's not a guarantee. And we are basing this off of leaks, and we are...
Interesting.
This comes out tomorrow, right?
I mean, Squirrel's
This comes out tomorrow, so
yeah.
We're not too far behind on what's currently live for what the Pokemon leaks are.
Right.
Now, if this is 2 or 3 weeks later, keep in mind what was leaked at what time, because you might be like, no, actually, it was this. Well, at the time, we didn't know that, or,
Yeah, that's true. Like, Squirtle's my main. I love Squirtle. To lose Squirtle would suck. But maybe they went from the standpoint of like, hey, we're taking one from each generation for now.
That's what made me believe, if the leaks are real, that's what's leading me to believe that they are releasing them in packs or like seasons.
If Squirtle's not in there at the beginning, I
really don't think he is.
There's no way he's not coming back, guys. There's no way he's not going to be a DLC.
That's why I'm
for
thinking,
part of a like expansion pack later.
Down there? Is that a secret room? If you go down,
this one.
There's something green against that wall. What the hell is that?
I don't see it.
No, look in the red of the light. You see in the far left on the edge of the screen?
Yeah.
There's like green.
I don't see it. This thing, the fire in this corner?
Yeah. What is that? Green fire?
No, that's orange fire, I think.
Oh, is it orange?
It's just,
you know what?
These things.
I'm seeing the red and the yellow.
And it's kind of mixing
looks
together.
kind of green. Okay. Sorry.
But
that's what, if the leak is true, that's what's really leading me to believe that they're just going to release packs later on.
Yeah, I can see them not saying it for the sake of just, hey man, we still need to see if it sells well, because if it sells poorly, which it probably won't, and they're probably already planning on doing it.
It won't.
But if it did, they can't make a promise and be like, oh shit, now we can't keep that because we can't, there's nothing in the budget for it.
Here's the thing. There's also no definitive reason that they have to.
Right. It is still there.
Should they? And is communication between developer and customer a great thing?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
And it's obviously
But do they
important
have
to
to?
a huge portion of the fan
Not
base too.
100%, guys.
It's still 400 Pokemon. All those other games still exist, and most games and newer franchises do cut out content as thing goes on because it's so many.
I'm pretty used to some content being cut or dropped in favor of something else to try, or something else that just proved better.
That being said, yes, I would love for Pokemon to take a more Breath of the Wild approach and really innovate. I would love I would love for Pokemon to, by the end of this game, have all 800 or plus Pokemon in the game.
Hell yeah.
That way they can reuse them, and then that way they can do a Breath of the Wild and go like, okay, cool. Let's make an offshoot
Pokemon
game.
World.
Yeah, well, let's do like what they did with the Pokemon Stadium 2 or whatever, where they had like the special character mode, like the special campaign mode in it, and you played as that alternate character.
Was Pokemon Stadium also, the original one, also only like 30 Pokemon or something like that in it?
No, it had all 150 in it.
Did it?
It did.
What game am I thinking of?
There was
then?
a special Pokemon game. It's like Pokemon Coliseum.
It might have been Pokemon Coliseum then.
Pokemon Coliseum lets you play through an RPG campaign. I would love for them to eventually have all those models in the game by time through the end of the game's life cycle, and then be able to do something really cool and innovative, because
I think they're doing it as a way to invigorate on a monthly or seasonally basis.
Because Pokemon is really stale if you play game after game, because it hasn't really changed. So yeah, I want them to shake up the formula, but at the same time, I've come to expect that Pokemon is going to be Pokemon.
Yeah, and we will see what happens with it when we play it. I think it's coming out on the 14th, and we'll have the first episode on the 15th.
Yeah.
We're playing that loosely because I don't have it memorized
all
yet.
that, like, to crystallize all of it is just be understanding of the developers, still be willing to be upset, but
yeah.
And you're allowed and voice your opinion, let them know how you feel about it, but be civil and realize that the artists on the team work really, really, really fucking hard to deliver the best product possible. No one makes a game with the set like, I'm gonna make a shitty game.
If it turns out this came from higher up to monetize or do something like that, then yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, be mad. We'll be mad too.
And kind of like how you said with the Toby Fox thing, like Has Been Hotel came out, right? And I went through and actually watched the whole thing, and it's fine, and it's really, really well done. But it's also not for me. I'm not gonna go shit on that thing and say like they didn't work hard enough. It's like no, it's really well done. The artists are really dedicated. It's their style. It's their baby. Don't be a shithead. Don't yuck somebody's yum. Thank you, my brother and me, for that great saying.
Yeah, I love my brother and me.
I was actually working today, and we had a a mindfulness coach come in, and he said that during his presentation. Like, I know where that's from. It's like, oh, you're my brother and mother female? I was like, no, but I like them, and also my roommate is a huge fan.
That's awesome.
So that came up, I was just like, holy shit.
Oh, okay, that one didn't have a chain. Yeah, well, engage with us in the comments about this,
let us
guys.
know. Like, feel free to comment back,
and
and
we can always if we're wrong about something, or if we don't know about something. We've been trying not to leak too much either.
In the Pokemon series, because that's coming out real soon.
We will be playing that.
Yes.
We want that to be our very first Pokemon series, and then maybe when we're done, we'll go back to Red and Blue.
Yeah,
we'll feel it out, and then we can really have, instead of just looking through nostalgia goggles, we can really have a good opinion on like, oh, it wasn't that great back then compared to now, or you know, it wasn't that much of a problem, or hell, even just it didn't stand up to the originals. You were almost dead. You were almost dead. You got 100 HP out of like 500 or something like that. But I think we've exhausted the topic.
Please don't
for now.
die, Miriam.
Sorry not to talk too much about the game, but we wanted to get it out before we forgot about it, and it's been asked of us a couple times now, so we're like, let's make sure we touch on the topic.
Let's get it off the books.
Let's end here. And we will come back not with Pokemon as a topic.
Ow, you dumb bat.
Oh no, max HP up, please. Yes. That
nice.
Is so good timing wise.
Woo! Planned it all out.
We will see you guys next time. Beep, bop, boo.
All right, I'm just gonna make my way to the save point, and then I'll just walk back to that spot, I think.
Yeah. Well, there was a teleport thing around. There was a stained glass teleport or something like that around there. I don't remember 100% where it was. I think it'll be fun to play the game.
I'm excited
when it comes out. I'm super stoked.
It's gonna be cool. My wallet's not happy, but I'm excited.